So Nigerian singer Simi, she's trending for the wrong reasons. Ikorodu's Celine Dion has landed herself into a big hot mess. Recall that a few days ago, one girl rose up from nowhere, maybe from Ikorodu, Lagos, saying that she was raped by an unknown man, blah blah blah. Feminists online jumped on it and started tweeting and saying what they don't know. In fact, these young angry women, brought came up with a whole lot of anger against men. It was just a whole lot of carnage against men. Men should be this, men should be that. And Simi was among the top Nigerian celebrities, female celebrities, that jumped on it and say men are this. And some people ask her, what if Mirabel was lying? What if she was lying? What will you do? She shut some of those people up. She shut up. She just didn't allow anybody to give her reasons to rethink. But today the reverse is the case. So Nigerians, when you want to scam people, just so you know that Nigerians are all over TikTok. Nigerians on TikTok will definitely expose your lies. So people now dig up Simi's tweets where she was kind of sexualizing a 4 years old boy, and then it became the trend of the day. So she is now left to trying to defend herself. And she said, this is what she tweeted. 2012. David had a crush on me. He keeps coming close, acting like he wanna, I don't want to mention the name of, he wanna lock lips, and then he puts his head on my lap. Should I give him a chance? He's 4 years old. He's 4 years. Then she tweeted again, why this 4-year-old boy trying to put his hand inside my shirt? Obeni, wash it. You see, this is damnable. So when you wake up one day, you feel like you are free, you can tweet anything, just know that one day it will come to haunt you. Then she tweeted also in 2015, I wish my husband was 4 years old, my type. So it's obvious that she has a thing for 4 years old. She said, why this 4 years old boy trying to put hand inside my shirt? So and then the worst of it all, I wonder if anyone has ever used breast milk to bake cake before. I mean, why would someone be making this kind of damnable tweet? Then this one coughs. Idris Eba is now in Lagos. He will be staying out. All the female rapists on my timeline are waiting to pound. You see, these are the things we are talking about. Then she tweeted again in 2013. I loved to kiss kids at my mom's daycare. They are super adorable and I'm crazy about them. That one doesn't mean much. It doesn't mean much, But then Nigerians started calling her out. This one is foundational Nupe lawyer. What he tweeted was not out of permission, but he sexualized a 4-year-old boy. It's a pride and lack of accountability for me. Your mother was running a daycare and you made those posts about people's children as a 23 years old. They really need to investigate how boys in that daycare were treated. Many boys could have been molested. That's what many people are saying. This other one says she indirectly admitted to doing stuff with this 4-year-old boy. Here, he should be found and assessed. And then look at, this is a particular one that got many people thinking. She said, okay, so this 4-year-old kid is lying next to me, practical almost, I don't know, they cover the kissing me because he's gazing into my phone, blink, and I'm not about to back the boy's heart. So how can a grown-up lady, an adult, 23 years old at 2012, be making this kind of offensive tweets? This other man said, please, if your kids, especially boys, are in daycare or being taken care by nannies that you entrust your kids with, please check up on them, interrogate properly. People like Simi might be molesting and sexualizing, harassing them without you knowing. Protect your kids from and all that. So let's assume that we flip the table. Let's assume that this is a tweet made by a 23-year-old man as of 2012. Simi will be among the Nigerian celebrities that will be on top of the list, shouting, running a campaign of calumny, campaign of maybe destruction or assassination, or to try to cancel the person out. So she came up to defend herself, say she has not been on Twitter lately. Her team have been trying to delete the tweet. One thing I love about Twitter is not like Facebook, Instagram, or other social media platforms. When you delete a tweet, that tweet will still be visible to people, just that you can't go to the main tweet to read it. The tweet will still be there. That's one unique thing about Twitter, and I think I love it that way. So when you try to hide up or cover up something, you will not be able to. They will be able to catch you. This is what Simi tweeted in her defense. Said, I haven't been on Twitter today, but someone brought a few of my old tweets to my attention and I cannot address it. 14 years ago, I was 23, so I was definitely not a child. I'm not here to make excuses because I don't have anything to make excuses for. What I can't let anyone do is twist my story to fit false narratives. In 2012, I lived and helped out at my mom's daycare while I was hustling my music. I tweeted everything that happened in my life, as well as we all did at the time. Kids can be mischievous. If a child did something I found funny, I tweeted about it. Kids are cute and lovable. I want to hug kids and cuddle them. I tweet about it. Nothing I tweeted was from perversion. I was not famous, so maybe if I was, I would have understood that anything is open to whatever interpretation, including being used falsely by a faceless mob. I've never been depraved in my life. You can retweet all the tweets in the world about me loudly, crushing on people I admire, or being cheeky young woman. I wasn't trying to hide it because I don't have anything to hide. My team has been deleting some of my tweets because of how sensitive it is for my family. To be honest, I did not want to. I have always spoken against rape, sexual assault, even before you knew I existed. It's not a costume I'm wearing, it's who I am. I've never claimed to be perfect. I've never claimed to know everything. I said stop raping women, I stand by it. But now, the ball is now in her court. She's going to apologize, and she's going to explain to us what she did with the 4 years olds, with the young boys at her mother's daycare in 2012, 2013, 2015. We know she's famous now, but would she have let it slide if we flip the table? Let's assume that this is what a man of 23 years old did in 2012. Simi will be among those feminism that they don't understand. To them, what they call feminism is an attack on the male gender, attack on men, on young men, attack on the male gender. I'm even surprised that she's married, So encouraging young women, to insult men, to go against men, and all of that. This thing, I know a young man who came to me and told me how he was actually molested as a young boy. He was molested as a young boy, but men can't speak out. Their voices are not heard. Their voices are not taken seriously when it has to do with sexual assault. It's only the female voice that is louder everywhere. So she needs to explain to us what she was doing with 4 years old. And I don't know, because this is a Twitter community, and I know Nigerians could investigate so well online. That David must be found. That David, 4 years old, 23 years. David should be 29 now, so obviously he won't be a small child at the time. David must be a grown-up. So it's just embarrassing to see. She did not even apologize. She said she wasn't ready to delete the tweet. She wasn't ready to explain anything. But you are among the first people that will jump on any thread that has to do with feminism that they don't understand. She needs to apologize. She needs to own up to this blunder, and then get this thing fixed. Mirabel's case is what I call a case study. This girl came up and lied to not just Nigerians, Africans. It was trending on TikTok. She just lied. There is one angry woman I know on TikTok that is called Obidi. That one, she doesn't even, what she does online, on TikTok majorly, is just to hear anything about women being assaulted. She will open GoFundMe. She doesn't even want to hear the root of the matter. She just open GoFundMe. If you see how she speaks, you see a woman who lacks a sense of judgment. A woman who is not organized should just be barking like a dog against men. Men are this, men are that. You see, you clearly know that she's a bitter woman. Possibly she's had a series of fallout with men. So that you could actually understand her anger or her outburst against men. But back to the men matter. Simi should be penalized. Or maybe now we may not be able to trace David. We may not be able to trace what happened. But at least we are glad that something like this came up against Simi. Now, if you check all these feminists that if you go through their life history, you will see that they are even worse than the men. They are, running a campaign of destruction, campaign of, demolition against. You see that they have dark history against young kids, against young boys, how they molested them and all of that. But they want to preach feminism, they don't know to us.